Morning guys, how's it going? First job of the week, Hyundai Tucson. I have to install a doubled-in stereo with a reversing camera, and I also have to install a supplied air horn and CB aerial. Now, have we got the key? Yes, we do have the key. So, let me get the car inside first. So, as I was saying, now I think I just need to clean this car up a wee bit because fuck, he's left some shit in it. Empty packet of Jeffers. Okay, so as I was saying, I have to install a doubled-in radio into here. So there's a singled-in radio here and this pocket here, which is part of this molded dash. So I'm gonna have to try and cut out this hole bigger for a doubled-in to fit, make some custom brackets and see how we go. I'm not expecting it to look that pretty. The customer understands. I've said to him, look, it's not designed for it. It's not going to look that wonderful. I'll do my best. And he said he'd prefer it to be, you know, he'd prefer to have the functionality of the doubled-in with the reversing screen than he would to have the to have it looking pretty. I also have to install an air horn, which I'm going to attach to a momentary switch, possibly on that blank panel or one over here or something like that. I also have to install a CB aerial. And yeah, that's what I have to do on this car. First, I really need to tackle this dash mounting thing. There we go, got the dash out. I better take this whole cage deal out. From the looks of it, what I think I'll be able to do is use this existing piece of metal and try and sort of make some brackets out of it. Like just take out the unnecessary pieces and drill holes in the right places. Oop, there we go. So priority one, get the doubled-in stereo to be fitting in here. That lined up with there, like that. Okay guys, so for fitting this stereo into here, I think my first thing I need to do is get this hole in here the right size so that it lines up and looks pretty with that. And then after that is done, I can work on modifying this metal bracket which is in here to support it. Because I've worked out, so the height of the stereo is exactly 100 and the height of the face is exactly 96 or so, which is bang on, almost dead perfect, the distance between this point here and this point here. So pretty much I may have to do a tiny bit, but I'm hoping I won't have to do, if I can, any filing on this surface or that surface, but all of the guts of the inside does have to come out. Width wise, this is my doubled-in piece of cardboard that I use for testing stuff like this. And that, yeah, perfect for Sony for width. So width-wise, the width of this is narrower than both this and this. So I'm trying to decide whether I want to cut out the exact size for this, or follow that line, or follow that line. I think I'll start by following this line up and cutting the center brace out. And then depending on how I'm going later on, I may actually end up following this line all the way down and cutting out a whole lot of this chunk here so that I can fill in the gap with something different. But I've got a fair bit of work ahead of me for doing this sort of stuff, and it's going to be pretty slow and tedious. So I'll check you guys on a time lapse, and yeah, hopefully this works. Because once I've cut this, there's no going back.
Eventually.
Okay guys, so here's where I'm at. I'm at a point where I've got the stereo mounted and fitting. Not completely finished yet, but at least I've got it sort of in a way that I know it's going to fit through the dash and sit there correctly. It's been quite a while on, you know, modifying the dash piece to get it to fit nicely, and then also trying to find a way to bracket mount the stereo in there. Pops out of there like that. Basically just, yeah, took out that brace and did lots of filing around the edges to the point where it sat in nicely. But how I mounted the stereo, originally I was going to use the brackets that were going up and down here, and I modified them heaps of different times trying to find a way to get them to work, but they just weren't working. So in the end what I actually decided to do was just lop off the bottom pieces, which you can see there, that hold in the heater. And then I've got these brackets here are like they're custom brackets, so we have a couple of kits of them lying around, and they're basically designed for situations like this where you need a stereo bracket but there isn't any existing like mounting points. So yeah, those are custom brackets. The other thing I had to do was take out that big support brace which was back in behind here, which the stereo was hitting on initially. But otherwise, yeah, it's pretty much good to go as far as the mounting side of it goes. I used 4 screws on each side since these screws are only going through quite thin plastic, so I want to have as much security holding it in as I can. Sorry I didn't film much. It was kind of a long, slow process, and it was just getting annoying trying to like show it all, and also because there was lots of times when I was literally just standing over the bench looking at it trying to figure out how to do something, and that's not worth filming. So I just decided to go ahead with it, get it to a point where I can give you guys an update and film from then on. So that's what I'm doing now. The next step, now that I've got this working, is to do like the wiring, the microphone, the GPS and the reversing camera. So yeah, you can see these are just like whatever brackets. So we've got ISO plugs, so they'll be real easy to solder in a harness onto. Not sure what this was for on the original unit because there's no steering controls or anything. According to this stereo, this plug was for, they're all saying not connected, so I don't even know what they did. Interesting. Right, so I need to do a microphone and a harness real quick. Okay, so I've got the loom done, the microphone is up and ran. I also at the same time, since I was going behind the glove box, decided to quickly run the RCA cable for the camera. So I've got that up here and it's going down and behind there, loomed up with the microphone. And then when I do the camera wire, that'll go up along the inside of the headlining and out the tailgate. I think probably what I need to look at now is probably the GPS unit. And I've just opened it up and it's a lot more involved than I thought it was. I thought it would just be like, I don't know what I thought it would be like. It's the first time we've ever seen one of these. So we got this great big module, a big thick bus cable to go between the stereo and the unit. Obviously the GPS aerial. Surprisingly to me, you need to get power for the module. I thought it would like get the power from the bus cable, but oh well. I need to wire that up to power as well. And what else? Where'd it go? What have I done with it? There was a wee magnetized pad in here to use. Oh, here it is. The SD card as well, and this pad which I stick down to give it to the dash. And I'm just trying to decide whether or not to mount the GPS aerial on that pad up here on top of the dash like most people do, or if there's a place I can mount it under the plastic somewhere, because GPS can see through plastic. So if I could do that, it would be better, but don't know. I might take this off real quick and have a look what's behind this. It just comes out. Oh, there's no more extra space behind there. I thought I might be able to get my fingers up on top of the vents or something, but no, that's all closed off. That's fine, that can go back on with a shot. Only thing I haven't got for the loom is the reverse feed, but I'll get that at the same time as when I do the camera. I'll find it somewhere down in the kick panel or along the door jamb or something like that. I think I probably will just do the GPS aerial the old-fashioned way on top of the dash. Might as well. I think I found a pretty good place to put this module on the underside of the heater here. It fits between that there and the wall on this side just pretty much perfectly. So I think I'm going to put it there. Just need to stick it down. There we go, like that. Shit, the GoPro's on battery. And this will stick on there. Okay. I could probably put a great big cable tie around it as well, that'll just help. There we go. And that's just gonna keep it stuck. There we go, there's my GPS module on the bottom. Now, leave the bag. It's unfortunate to say I think I'm coming down with a bit of a cold, guys. My nose is driving me crazy. So I'm probably gonna be in this lovely pissed off attitude for the rest of the week. So now what I can do is run the GPS antenna, the DIN cable and the power cable down to this cavity down here where the heater cables come out, link it all together, attach these to power, and then I can put the heater and the GPS back in. I don't know how I'm going to edit down this 8-hour day to a watchable 10 to 30 minute video. Got the looms soldered on. What I can probably do now is a real quick test power and check everything goes and the stereo, because like I say, I've never done one of these before, so it'd be interesting to test it and see how it works, or if it does work, that'd be good to know. Oh, okay, navigation just came. It was car info for a moment there, but it must have recognized it was navigation, so I touched that. Okay, language. TomTom. Not sure if it's going to get GPS reception or not inside here, because we're in a bit of a tin cage here. It might have found us. I think it has. It's a wee bit off. We're not on Coleridge Street, we're actually on Gasson Street, so it's off by, I'd say, 50 metres. We're over here-ish, not there. But that might just be, like I say, because we're inside. Oh, that's good. At least we know it's working. That's all I really wanted to know. Cool beans, that's fine. Cable management is getting there. Now we just got our harness, microphone, camera, DIN cable, and aerial. And for the aerial, the adapter is arriving on a courier overnight tomorrow, hopefully, because I'm definitely going to need this. Not going to get this done today. Okay, what am I up to now? Probably doing the camera, I think. Yeah, camera time. So what I need to do is take the light out, find the reverse wire, find what colour it is, come up the front here, have a look at all the wires down in this sort of area, try and find one of a similar colour, test it, and if I get the right wire I can use that for the reverse signal to the stereo, and then I can also, after I've done that, run the RCA cable all the way along the headlining, out through the grommet and up into here, and I'm going to mount the camera possibly at the back here, depending on where it fits. I do have a footprint little thing for my cameras, so I'll see where it fits. It'll either be under here somewhere or onto the side. Not sure yet. We'll see how we go. Okay guys, a bit further along now. I've got the RCA lead for the camera coming out this the boot here. Normally I would take this whole panel off on tailgates, tailgates and hatches and stuff, but for some reason I don't know what, I mean this is like covering the rear wiper motor or something, and for some reason it doesn't want to let this come down. I can see up there all the pops are released, but it's just, I don't know. I think this thing is to come off first, but I can't really figure out how to get it off. So I'm just doing it kind of hanging down like this as best as I can. I managed to get all the nuts out to get the this piece off, because I always like doing the camera with this piece off the car, with like putting the camera on it. And I've got this thing here that I just made out of cardboard. Not just now, I've used it many times before, but it's like the same footprint as the cameras we have. So what I like to do is test it against certain areas of the panel to see where the camera could go. And I think it looks like it will be a tight fit, but it looks like it will just go perfectly there in the corner. So I think that's where I'm going to put it. Oh yeah, I don't really know how it happened, but I must have blown a fuse for the reversing lights, and that's why it took me so long to get the reverse signal, because I don't know how it happened, but yeah, the fuse for the reverse lights had blown, and it took me ages to figure it out. That's going to sit just sort of there, and the center of the hole is going to be there. Now wait, do I want it on the left or right hand side? Usually I do it on the left hand side, because you're looking down at the stereo like this, which means you want to be, yeah, it works better on the left hand side than the right. It doesn't really make a difference, but just for the sake of it, visually on screen looking a wee bit better, it works a wee bit better on the left hand side of the car, because when you're looking at the screen in the car, if you're in a right hand drive car, you're looking down and to your left towards the screen, and then if you put the camera on the right hand side, what it does is it makes the image look like it bounces and goes to the right. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you have the camera on the left hand side of the car, then basically the image just looks a bit more natural. Well, it looks the same, but basically it makes it easier for your brain to figure out what you're looking at. It's hard to explain. I'll try and show you once I've done it. Now I want to upsize that hole to a 6mm. 6. Okay. Here's the cameras we use, just a nice wedge mount one, very wide angle, high resolution, all of that good stuff. Hook this through here. God, the back side of this is very dirty. Ew, it's all gross. Muddy. Hate dirty cars. So these cameras come with a special M6 nut. It's going to be hard for you guys to see, but it's got a chunk missing out the side of it there, like that. It makes it easy for us just to slot this on the cable and then start threading it to secure it on there. This camera to be looking either dead straight back or actually centered a wee bit. Ew, this is gross. I'm gonna tighten it up with it looking straight back and do it tight. That way, if I decide I want to angle it in a wee bit, by angling it in, it's only tightening it further. I like to loom this along the factory loom, and then it goes through the same grommet. And now I need to just make a small snip in the rubber here. Hook this through like that. And now get my tape and loom this up a wee bit, just a tiny short wee piece. Cool, I can chuck this back on the car now, and that'll be good to go. Cool. And now all I have to do is a little interconnect that goes between these two. Power comes out of this red wire which I've got here. Accessory power, powers the camera. Bundle it, put it back together, and then the camera will be done. But I think that's going to be all. No, I've still got half an hour. Yeah, I can keep going. There we go. That's loomed up, ready to go. I just need to connect this little black wire to a ground, and the camera will be finished. after I put it back together, obviously. I was thinking I'd keep going, but I've changed my mind. I'm actually going to stop here, guys, on this car for today, because I like a little bit of time to do a bit of a tidy up after myself, because I do tend to leave a mess wherever I go. But also because yesterday on Friday I told you guys that I'd tell you what car is getting the Rockford Fosgate system. I'm looking at it now. I actually drove this car into work this morning for about like 20 minutes on the highway. It was good fun. This is the car. So it's a 2000 Corvette, obviously. A few of you guys did guess Corvette. Well done to you guys. Hopefully I haven't, misled or offended anyone by saying it was like a popular American car. And I did say it was right-hand drive. I was wrong. I was actually thinking of one of the other cars that we got coming in this week as a right-hand drive. But this one isn't. This one's a left-hand drive. So yeah, this is the car. Oh, it's dark in here. So here's the head unit situation. Jeez, it's dark in here, isn't it? This garage is very close. Dark. So it's got this Singleton head unit and this really ugly fitting kit here. Unfortunately, we are going to kind of stick with that. We're putting a Singleton one in here to begin with, the Alpine UTE 62BT. He would like a doubled in here. There's not quite enough height there for a doubled in to slot through, but I've found online Metra make a kit which replaces this whole piece of plastic with a hole for a doubled in stereo, and the heater still fits and everything like that. But we're waiting on America to email back our suppliers and see if it's available and how much it is, and being pretty slow about it. So if push comes to shove, I think we're just going to tell the guy, look, buy one on eBay, because our suppliers have been pretty slow and annoying. But anyway, that's the stereo. The front speakers, it has got these factory Bose system, but that's all going to get bypassed and obviously run off the new amps. 6-inch woofer there, tweeter there. I wonder, where's the trunk popper on these? Oh, there it is. So in the back here, coaxial 6-inch speakers going on the sides there. These mounts here are where the roof goes. So that's a removable roof, and supposedly it just fits in the boot here. Oops, what's going on here? And the thing is, he wants the subwoofer, he wants the roof to still be able to put the roof in here when the subwoofer is going and everything like that. I wonder if I could try to do that myself. Let me see if I can take the roof off. I've never done this before. And this one. How heavy is this thing going to be? Oh yeah? Okay. And then the roof flips around like this, goes in these two mounting points, if I remember rightly. Yep. Put one in there, and then it must just sit like that. Oh, okay, then you close the latches. No, you don't. Oh, okay, these things come out like that. So the subwoofer has to fit under here. I have got a design for a box in mind. Well, anyway, that's it, guys. There's your little spoiler alert for the upcoming job. That looks really cool with no roof like that, I have to say. Beast. So yeah, if you didn't see the other video explaining what this is happening, it's going to have that Alpine UTE 62BT stereo, Rockford Fosgate T1 subwoofer, Rockford Fosgate T1 series components and coaxials, and a 1000 watt Rockford Fosgate power amplifier, and a, I think, 600 watt power series 4-channel amp. It's going to be loud. Sweet. There you go, guys. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. I know the filming has been a wee bit stagnant on that thing. It's just been one of those tricky jobs where I kind of have to just stand there gritting my teeth, holding my tongue in the right place, trying to figure out how to do it, and just really hard knowing when to film. But I will get that job finished off tomorrow. The other things it's having after I've finished that stereo side of it are in this box. So I had to put the CB aerial somewhere, and this thingamajig, which sounds like something along the lines of this. Pretty loud. Why? He said he's just had this in every single one of his cars that he's ever had, and he takes it with him. Whatever car he gets, it goes in. So I'm doing that tomorrow. What else am I doing? So I'm doing that tomorrow. What else am I doing? Tuesday, after I finish the Hyundai, I'm starting on a 911, a Porsche 911 for some Rockford Fosgate 6-inch components and 4x6s. So that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll catch you tomorrow for me to finish off this Hyundai and do that Porsche 911. Thanks for watching. Choose to be happy, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Kite Ano.